I'm going to share an incredible story with you today. It has been available online for a while, therefore I am unable to assess its validity. But you'll undoubtedly be surprised. Marisa was a very attractive young lady. Since Marisa's father passed away in an accident, her mother raised her alone. However, because her late spouse had saved money, the mom was allowed to raise her daughter in their shared house, and provide her with the finest possible care. The mother-daughter bond was always quite strong. Marisa was extremely appreciative of her mother. She saw her daughter as her dearest friend at all times. Despite having money, she sought to avoid spending it, so much that they eventually went to Marisa. The woman was a skilled dressmaker who was well liked by the wealthy women in the community, who frequently ordered clothing from her. She made her income by sewing clothes. Her mother's income provided for the family. Marisa frequently assisted her mother. She picked up all of her skills, and if the latter didn't have the time to finish something, Marisa would. She was aware that her mother was making every effort to provide her a better future. Marisa learned how to work hard from her mother, who she admired, and she made a promise to herself that she would be just as excellent a mother to her own children. However, the woman did not live to watch her daughter prosper because she went tragically in just 6 months after receiving the devastating cancer diagnosis. Marisa consequently lost her dearest friend, but she was unsure of what her future held. A man attended the girl's law school for a conference, and the girl fell head over heels in love with him right away. He was a capable and intelligent man, and he paid his share after the young couple started dating. The man, whose name was Alejandro, secured the girl a position at a reputable law firm once she received her degree. After some time had gone, Alejandro made Marisa an offer, which she readily accepted. After the ceremony, they moved to the girl's mother's house and started their married life together. The man paid for all the wedding expenditures. Alejandro put in a lot of effort, and the young family had enough money for everything they needed. Everything looked to be going well. A few months later, Marisa discovered she was expecting, and the pair celebrated with a lavish supper at the city's top restaurant. The couple's pregnancy went smoothly for 9 months, and on the scheduled day, the baby was born. This infant had it all because Marisa earned a good living in addition to Alejandro. However, the girl became pregnant again 6 months later, and this time twins were born. This time, twins were present. As a result, the family grew quickly, making Marisa pleased. The girl immediately agreed to Alejandro's suggestion that she resign from her position at the company so that she could care for the kids. She firmly believed that a good mother should give her kids everything she has. Fourth contrast, Alejandro put in a lot of effort to ensure that his family's financial situation did not change when his wife started working. But things quickly started to shift. After several years of living a happy life, Alejandro's ex-wife accused him of being a phony. She requested the money back on the grounds that she had been defrauded of the inheritance. Marisa was informed by the man that everything was a fiction and that the ex-wife was merely attempting to destroy their lives out of envy. However, the judge agreed with her and ruled that the man must pay the amount or risk going to jail. Because Marisa was worried and wanted to spare her husband from this scandal, she told him about the money her mother had saved up so she could use it if necessary. The man immediately requested his wife to give him the money so he could keep her out of jail. Without hesitating, Marisa agreed and went to the bank to take her parents' money. She gave her husband the entire sum, and he reassured her that everything was now well. He had worked things out with his ex-wife, and the whole situation was unfair. The worst, though, was yet to come. The man soon informed his wife that he required money in order to launch a highly lucrative business. In order to obtain a sizable sum of money, he persuaded her to mortgage the house to the bank, and they placed the loan in the woman's name. The man claimed to be going to a friend's office to deposit his part and sign all the paperwork when he received the money, but he never showed up. Marisa was distraught and unsure of what to do. She found out that Alejandro didn't want anything to do with her through their mutual friends. She had no idea how this was even conceivable. The woman resumed her job search, but nothing improved. Her earnings at the new job wasn't enough to pay off her large loan and all of her other expenses. Nobody was available to assist. After her spouse vanished for 6 months, Marisa's life became a lot more challenging. The bank ordered that she leave the property since she was unable to pay the full amount. Even though she had to hunt for a new home, things continued to get worse. She was no longer able to afford the rent on the house she found and food for the kids because her pay had been reduced. The family stayed in the new home for 3 months until the owner pushed them out on the street without paying rent for another month. The young woman sobbed but was at a loss for words. She cried, but she had no alternative but to take the kids and look for a place to stay. The park was reached. She bought milk and bread with her last bit of cash in order to feed the kids. Marisa was at a loss for what to do, so they continued to meander along the desolate road. Marisa noticed an abandoned house in the distance after the family had already left the city and the kids could see how worn out they were. The woman opened the gate and led the kids into the yard since she thought this location would be a great place to spend the night. No one answered when the woman knocked on the door of the residence. They discovered that the house was empty once they were inside. The mother and her kids managed to get to bed. At least they had a roof over their heads. At least they had a roof over their heads to sleep on. Marisa had to go for work in the morning, so her only option was to tell the kids not to leave the abandoned house. The mother had to go to work despite her deep concern that anything might happen to her children. She didn't know what kind of surprise awaited her when she got back. The oldest daughter started searching the dirt for treasure as the other kids played in the garden all day. Eventually, she did discover a weird box. When the kids couldn't open the chest despite their excitement and conviction that they had found the wealth, they started to wait for their mother to arrive. When Marisa got home, she initially fed the kids before deciding to join in on their treasure hunt and opening the trunk. She was shocked to find gold jewelry and a sizable amount of cash inside, though. Marisa was astounded by what she saw. There was also a note inside, from which the woman learnt that the millionaire who had owned this land in the past had decided to teach his relatives a lesson by burying all of his valuables beneath the earth. He hoped that they would be discovered by someone deserving and in genuine need. As a result, Marisa and her kids' lives were altered irrevocably. When Alejandro found out Marisa had grown wealthy, he wanted to get back together with her, but she wouldn't accept him and accused him of being a liar. The individual was sentenced to prison and had to pay for his actions. Even if it seems like a fairy tale, that odd narrative serves as a reminder that you shouldn't give up since you never know when life will throw you a lucky break. That's all, friends. Please forward this video to your family and friends. Give me some likes and share your thoughts in the comments. Bye.